Hey guys, this is Trent from No Nut Clarity, coming to you today with the topic that most people will probably be able to relate to, more so involving why do people feel like their lives are going nowhere, or why they feel like that they feel left behind compared to other people. Like you feel like you're at a specific spot in your life where, let's say you're 25 and there are people your age that are millionaires or just looking successful overall, and you just working at, like, let's say Walmart or something like that. Nothing's inherently wrong with that. Like, everybody has success and builds success at a different pace. So you shouldn't measure your success and your path in life to others, because we just look at like a TikToker or somebody playing Minecraft on YouTube getting $30,000 a month, and you compare yourself to that, then you're gonna make it seem like all your progress and all your hard work has been made invalid. And let me just tell you that it's not. And the thing is, we should really think about what we compare success to. A lot of times, it's going to be how much money people are making, how happy they look on the internet. It's like this person's making $30,000 a month making YouTube videos, showing off all these trips and parties on this page, looking great. And sure, that's definitely something nice to have. We all want to have more money. I'm not going to deny that money definitely does make things easier. But at the same time, when you really think about it, a life of substance doesn't really involve a lot of things that, it doesn't always involve a lot of superficial things all the time. Where when you think about it, superficial things are mostly surface level. When you think of like the parties, the vacation pictures, the couples pictures online, the posting about, they're pretty much bragging about, I do this, I make this, I'm rich, I'm successful. And we see that in like TikTok or YouTube or Instagram or any social media platform where we see these famous people and we want to live like them. We want to have that life. We want to be able to go out and travel to New York and eat at these fancy restaurants. People talk about top 10 best places to eat in the DMV. And it's like, okay, I have no money for gas. But they're over there eating like that. I feel like I'm just left behind because I can't do that shit yet. And whoever it is you're comparing your success to, whether it be somebody who's rich and famous, whether it be somebody who has a relationship or several that, and you're struggling even getting one, or somebody just overall just looks happy or posts about their trip and you're like, I want to go there. Dang, they're doing what I want to do. Honestly, if you're using that to measure your success and yourself up to in life, I want to say stop doing that. This kind of goes back to my video about comparing yourself to others that I made previously, that I'll probably put at the end of the video or something like that. So let's get into the nitty gritty. Why do we find ourselves to be so lacking in life compared to other people? Well, it's because we're comparing ourselves to other people. Like, if you think about everything you've gone through in life, I've recently talked to a few people. I'm not going to just put information out there, but I've talked to a few people where they've gone through a lot of things, a lot of childhood traumas and adolescent traumas, and traumas in general, that they're still getting over to this day. And it's making it hard for them to be able to cope with having an adult life. And some people are just played cards that aren't all aces in life. I talked about this in my last video where you're just dealt a different hand as an adult. And it's okay to go through struggles that, you know, you're not immediately going to come out on top of, in a big way. Like somebody, like if you look at somebody who's like 13 making a Roblox YouTube channel and is just blowing up and going on all these trips and doing all this and that. And we think, oh man, it'd be nice to do that or make money, but I'm just so far behind and I'm freaking 32 years old and it's too late. It's not too late just because somebody else is famous and makes success in their own way, because you're still working on yourself and trying to have success in your own way. Like, we end up getting complacent in life and saying it's too late for me or I can't do that because we keep measuring ourselves up to people that are already rich and famous and successful, when those are like the 1 or 2% people out in the world. We could get to that point, if we try our asses off, It's still going to take some work, but don't let yourself measure like use those people maybe as like inspiration, I want to say, but not as like to compare yourself to like entirely. It's like, oh, I don't live the life they live, so now my life's just kind of like meaningless, or I'm just living wrong, so I'm just going to give up and just kind of just survive and not thrive. Like for me, for example, I'll give my own example. It's like I was working at garden center jobs, FedEx jobs, and not making a lot of money and not really all that successful. I had depression for a hot minute. I was just sad, had no self confidence. And then I decided if I'm going to get out of this situation, if I want to be successful and make more money and do the things I want to do in life, I'm going to put in some work. And I thought, like, well, I'm good with computers. Let me try getting a job with computers. Then I started, finding, like, I went on LinkedIn, found some IT jobs, started applying to them. Didn't get one right away, but eventually somebody came and recruited me, and I had to study my ass off to get the Security Plus examination or Security Plus exam. I basically studied for like a month straight and barely ate because I really desperately wanted to get out of my situation. I basically studied for a month straight, barely eating or drinking water, and which is detriment to me because I ended up developing a kidney stone because I wasn't hydrated at all, and that shit sucked. I hope none of you ever get a kidney stone. But anyway, all that being said, all that hard work and studying, I ended up passing my Security Plus exam and ended up being qualified to work that job. And since then, come like 3, 4, 5 years later, now I'm working a much better job, much more high paying job in FedEx. And I would say that I'm not like the top tier successful person in the world, but I've definitely come into my own and been able to like afford my own place and do more things I want to do. Still not at where I want to be yet, but I took that step to actually build up myself to get to a better place in life where I want to go. And I'm pretty happy. Do I still want to, like, I'm not going to stop here. But what I'm saying is, it's going to take work and time and effort to get to a better place in life. Don't just get complacent, just settling for less, selling working like FedEx and getting fed up, or selling working at Walmart. Like, sure, those jobs are fine. They keep income coming in, food on the table and whatnot. That's fine. But if you want more out of life, don't just look at people that are famous and be like, oh man, my life's not like them. I didn't have the luck they had, so my life's over. Like, no, it's not about that. It's about building yourself up. Because they have to build themselves up from something. Like, Will Smith was homeless, apparently. But, he's now, everybody knows who his name is. So what I'm saying is, you're not going to be a Will Smith. You're not going to be a Michael Jordan. You're not going to be Justin Bieber. You're not probably, not going to be just like some famous YouTuber. But you're going to be famous in your own right. You're going to be successful for yourself. Like, don't try to be like anybody else but you. Be the best version of you. Don't be like, I'll be like Allen Iverson. Don't be just like Allen Iverson. Be like who you want to be, the best version of you. Because you can't just simply be that person. You can't just, go into their skin and take over their body and be them. You have to be the best version of yourself. Like, still be able to, like, look at the steps they took to be successful and maybe get some inspiration from them. But ultimately, at the end of the day, your life is yours to control. And don't just let other people's success make your success feel inadequate. Because, again, like, a lot of people, even successful people, go through traumas in life that haven't been healed from, and probably debilitate them from doing things that most normal people can do. Like, say you had childhood trauma where you were probably neglected, abused, or something like that. That probably carries over into your behaviors to this day that you still have to heal from, that you still probably need to get help from. And that doesn't mean your life's over, that you can't be successful. It just means it's going to take a little more work for you to get to the point where you want to be. If you want to be rich, sure. If you want to be famous, sure. If you want to just make more money, sure. But it's not all about just making more money. You want to have a life where you feel fulfilled. Like, sure, the material items and whatnot are nice. Like I love my freaking Dragon Ball Z pictures and my video games in my apartment. Like materialistic things are nice, but it's not going to fill the substance of your life where you want to actually feel like you're fulfilled. Like you're probably not feeling fulfilled working at Food Line. You're probably not feeling fulfilled just surviving day after day, work, sleep, shit, eating and showering somewhere between there. I hope you're showering. But it's probably not fulfilling life. Even if you make a lot of money, like you hear a lot about like millionaires, billionaires, famous YouTubers being, it's like, or DJ Khaled suffering for success. Like why? Like you're making fucking $100,000 a month. Why the fuck are you sad? And to me, it makes no goddamn sense. But at the same time, if you think about it, really, you can make all the money in the world. I'm not saying, and this is, I'm not saying this generic ass thing to say, go broke and be happy. But sometimes people are happy just making enough just to live and being able to do things with their family, being more family oriented, being able to just have like a small business where they make a good amount of money but are able to be happy with what they do. Like people, hell, people do glass blowing. Glass blowing probably isn't like a big multi-million dollar industry, but some people love what they do. They feel fulfilled by it. And what I'm trying to tell you here is whatever your dream is, whatever you want to do, no matter how stupid you think it is, go for it. Pursue that. Even if it has to be like a side gig where you can't fully commit to it financially, who gives a shit? It's what makes you feel fulfilled. Like those hobbies you do that you can potentially make money off of or just do in life, do those. Like people sell, hell, if a product like, I don't know if you guys seen it, there's a product called the Ripstick where it's literally like two poles. I'm probably gonna post a picture of it. And it's like basically two poles with a resistance band put on them. You just pull it, and it's for exercise and whatnot. And some dude literally just out of nowhere just made that shit. He's making billions of dollars just something out of like a hobby of working out. And it's like anything goes. Like your ideas, no matter how stupid they seem and how stupid other people see them, like people will probably buy into it. So I don't care how dumb or how impractical your dream or idea seems to be. As long as it's legal and not hurting anybody, please just go for it. Make yourself feel fulfilled in life. Just how people probably feel fulfilled, playing Minecraft on YouTube. Like video games are fun. Shit. If you want to go for like doing Twitch and shit, do that. People make money off of it. Shit. People make money glass blowing. Like, do it. Do something that makes your life feel fulfilled. And don't just try to be like somebody who's just famous for making a few TikToks. I'm not saying you can't make money on TikToks. If you want to do that, do that. Don't just stop yourself from doing it. But don't make your whole life's worth comparing, like, your whole life's worth based off of somebody else's. You're comparing yourself to somebody who's already made their success, made their bag. That's them. That's their life. You're living your own life. You're not going to be them. You're going to be yourself. And as somebody who's compared his life to a lot of other people's and been so in my head about people who have all these successful relationships and being jealous and shit, envious. And jealousy and envy is a bitch of an emotion. I tell you, it makes you think things and do things that are completely illogical, impractical. It makes you think of yourself as like smaller than you really are. But then your friends, like usually friends and people that support, friends and people that support you. God, I gotta fucking talk slower. Your friends and people that support you really see you in a much better light than how you probably see yourself when you start comparing yourself to other people. Because you're probably thinking like, oh man, I'm not this buff dude like Noel, the bodybuilder on Instagram. I'm not as buff as him. But your friends probably see you as like the strongest dude in their friend group, the protector. Like, don't take that shit for granted. Stop comparing yourself to other people and other people's success. Like, you may feel like you're going nowhere in life and that all your efforts are just going nowhere, especially if you have ADHD and it takes you 4 hours to do something that takes somebody 1 hour because you just work slower. That's them. You still got the job done, right? You just work differently. You're not stuck in life because you are not somebody else. You're stuck in life because you're making yourself stuck by comparing yourself and relying on other people's success to be like, oh man, I need to get there, but I'm not there. And I can go in circles all day long about this topic, but at the end of the day, stop comparing your success and your progress in life to other people who've already made it. Like, so fucking what? They're not you. You're your own badass. And I want you to know that just because somebody is like fucking Elon Musk doesn't mean their life's perfect. They probably have a lot of shit going on in the background. And you could probably be happy just hanging out in your house with a pizza and your girlfriend sitting and watching a movie and just, just watching a cheap movie. Like, it doesn't have to all be about the trips to Spain and the shit we see on social media. Because social media, honestly, it's a lot of fluff. A lot of people, you'll see a lot of people post happy shit all the time. It's like, oh, my hubby took me here today. He took me shopping, got me $30,000 ring. Like, good for you. He probably still beats you in the bathroom. But I digress. It's not as it seems all the time. So don't compare yourself to other people and make your success and self-worth based off of other people's success and self-worth and make you feel like your success and your efforts are inadequate. Because again, you're probably dealing with a lot of trauma, a lot of issues, a lot of stress in your life. And that's probably holding you back to an extent. But again, at the same time, we all go at our own pace. We're all dealt different hands in life. Just because you're taking a bit longer or your startup in life for success is just not present at the moment doesn't mean you won't get there. Okay? And trust me, I'm still working on my own success. I may have my own luxury apartment. I may have a higher paying job. But I still have things I want to do and things I want to get done and things I still need to learn. I'm not at the pinnacle of where I want to be yet. Nor am I going to let complacency stop me. I'm not going to let somebody who's already successful, who's making more money in IT than me, get me demoralized to thinking myself as less. But if you can, use that as fuel to start building yourself up more, or figuring out if you want to do a certain thing. Figure out the step-by-step process of what you need to do. If you need to get better in IT, what concepts do you need to learn? If you want to do fucking glass blowing, figure out how hard you gotta blow the glass. I don't fucking know. Go for it. I have a friend who owns her own small business, and she started by just doing research every day. You gotta put in the work to get where you want to go. It's not just going to come out of thin air all the time. Some people get lucky. I get that. It happens. Fuck them. Just because you're not lucky doesn't mean you can't make yourself successful. And I just want to emphasize that. I'll emphasize that till the day I die. Till this day! I will always emphasize that. But you can be successful. You may have to do a little more work than others, but you can be successful. And I'm going to be right on that route with you, trying to be successful just as well. But this has been Trent from No Nut Clarity. I have talked for long enough. I hope you at least get the point. You have an amazing day and or night wherever you are, you beautiful woman or handsome man. And peace.